let me get started with today's topic. So we couldn't get the book board people, Neil, to come do a live session, but he kindly has pre-recorded a session for you. Hi, Anne. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play the video. It's on finding a topic for a low content notebook and how to create one. So he prepared a live demo. He recorded a demo for you. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm sorry, because if you're asking questions and the video is playing, I'm typing on my computer, so I might make a little bit of noise. So I try to type slowly so that there's not too much of background noise. All right, let me find the video, share. Can you see it? Yep, great. So I just press start. Let me know if you can hear the sound okay. It's not the Sam is not the same. It's on the same topic, but it's not the same content. We're going to so Neil, who is presenting, he's going to take you through on how he finds low content notebook ideas, and then create one by using their software, the bookboard software. All right, let me get started. And
hello everyone, Neil from Bookbolt here. We are going to do another video on low content books on Amazon. So just to recap what we went over the other week, we're going to be talking about creating low content books on Amazon. So if you missed that or you haven't heard of it, what a low content book is it's a physical product on Amazon that when a customer buys it, they're going to get it in the mail. So it's printed by Amazon, it will show up and they will be able to fill out the book. So it could be a journal, it could be a calendar, and it's print on demand because every time that it sells, Amazon does the printing, Amazon does the shipping, they fulfill everything for you. And all of this is done through Kindle Direct Publishing. So very similar to ebooks, but these are actually going to be physical products that show up in the customer's hands. So in this video, we're going to go over how to pick a topic. So finding a topic that has potential, something that we can create. We're going to be taking a look at, some competition, demand. We're going to go over sales, reviews, stuff like that. And then we're going to pick something we want to create and actually create a book, 2 pieces of a design. So you have the cover and you have the interior. Cover is what really stands out. The interior, very simple. I'm going to show you how to get a free interior to use with your books. So I'm on bookbolt.io. If you guys want to head over there, if you have any questions along the way, I'm talking too fast, I'm going over way too much. We've probably written about it in the blog. So just click on blog right here. But I'm going to go inside of the software and we're going to start looking for ideas, because when you first sit down on the computer, it's often quite hard to figure out what should you create, right? At the end of the day, you need to create something that a customer wants to buy, not just yourself, because we're trying to turn this into a business. What does a customer on Amazon actually want to purchase? So let's go ahead and jump into Bookbolt here. I'm inside of the software. On the left-hand menu here, you'll see all of the tools. There's research tools and tools for creating. But right now, we just want to find ideas. We're going to do this in a 2-step approach. One, we're going to look at the Bookbolt Cloud. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is what it's going to look like. Okay, you'll be able to search for the best sellers in a specific category with a BSR range and a price range. You can enter in keywords, but for now, I recommend you don't do that. We want to see, and what this module will show us are the best selling low content books in these categories. So what I'll usually do is I'll kick this up to maybe like top 500. I'll kick the sales rank quite high. Maybe that's maybe a little too high, maybe something like that. I want to see everything. I'm going to keep it as notebook for now. I'm going to click on search. This is going to show us the best selling low content books here. All right, so they just came back, and the first thing I'm going to do is just take a look at the results today to make sure, yeah, it's showing us the top 500 with a sales rank of 1 to a little over 3 million. Now, if you aren't familiar with sales rank, that's basically Amazon's number that it gives to a book on how well that book is selling. Number 1 BSR or bestsellers rank in any particular category is the best selling book on Amazon, and the number goes up from there. So the lower the sales rank, the more sales it is getting. You'll see right here the keyword count for many of these books. These are just going to be the top used keywords for the best selling books. But remember, right now we're just trying to get ideas. What should we create? So let's go through this. We have an anime book right here. Okay, this is a sketchbook. This is a sketchbook. And right now I'm just looking for ideas. Like, what can I create that I think would make a really good book? An address book. We have a notebook. Now, when you're coming down here and you finally land on something, all right, let's just find, this is a good example. Handwriting practice paper, very simple cover. And when I scroll down, I can actually get a little bit of information about this book. It has over 600 reviews. Okay, it was published, I guess this is almost a little over a year ago now. Price very, very low. But this is what I'm looking for, the average sales rank for the past 30 days. Because you'll see the sales rank when it got picked up and the estimated sales here. But what you're really looking for is you want to sell evergreen books, right? Selling one book and then never selling another one again is a hard pill to swallow. So what we're doing when we come in here and we find something interesting, we want to look at this average sales rank. So over the last 30 days, what has it averaged? And you see this one has averaged about 10,000 as a sales rank, which equates to almost 400 sales a month on one book. So let's go ahead and open up this book just for example purposes. Well, you'll see a little look inside on a lot of these KDP books. So if you click that, you'll see the cover, okay? And we can scroll down, we can see this is the interior of the book. No words, nothing like that. Very, very simple. It's just handwriting paper, okay? And that is repeated, and this is the back page of the book. So tons of reviews, fairly low. We can scroll down. Remember, product details. You're going to be looking at this box a lot. It's going to tell you a few different things. How big is the book? Okay, this is an 8x5x11. That's a KDP size. You'll see publisher right here. If you see independently published, that means it may be a KDP book. If you see another publisher inside of here, it's not going to be a KDP book, and it'll tell you how many pages are in this book. So this is an 8x5x11 with 100 pages. Very, very, very simple. Okay, so let's go back to the book bulk cloud. Right now, I'm just looking for ideas. I'm not looking at keywords. I'm not looking at anything else, but hey, what niche sticks out to me that people actually buy? All right, so let's keep going down. We see, more notebooks, an address book. Okay, this one's fairly simple. Let's take a look at this. Notice the cover of this book. Let's look inside. The background is flowers. I don't know what it is about KDP and selling books on Amazon, but you'll see that a lot of these books have flowers in the background, and this one just says address book, large print, okay? Scrolling down, you'll see an intro page here, and this is the entire book. No, yes, there's a few words in there, but no written stories, nothing long and complicated, very simple. 44 reviews, okay? So we'll scroll down again, product details. Let's take a look. Independently published. Awesome. 123 pages. That's a little weird, okay? Normally KDP books, when you're doing the low content method, are about 100 to 120 pages, but they can be as little as, I believe, 24 pages up to hundreds of pages. But what I'm really looking for here are a few things. I want to find a book that sells, that people actually buy, and then we want to figure out, hey, how many other books would we be looking at if we were to create an address book? Right off the bat, I can tell you that's a lot. So we're going to keep looking. But we also want to make sure people are buying it and people are liking it with the reviews. So let's go back to the cloud here. Let's try to find something that we can actually start creating and analyzing a little bit more in depth. All right, so nothing is really popping out to me. These are very simple books. Look at this, isometric notebook. Okay, it's graph paper. We have a checklist notebook right here. That might be something we could do. Here's a notebook. Okay. Drawing paper. Here's a recipe notebook. Let's see what I mean. Here, this is a very simple cover composition notebook for unicorns. Okay, so if you think about it, you can create any type of notebook with any type of animal on it, and there's probably people out there that want to buy it. A math notebook, okay, an address book. I'm just coming down. I'm just looking at what is out there, what catches my eye. All right, let's see here. I mean, this one is pretty crazy. This is a handwriting practice notebook. Remember the one we looked at that was doing really, really well? I'll open this up so you guys can see it a little bit more. 25 reviews. It's been up for a while. 25 reviews. That is the cover. So really targeting children for this. It's a handwriting practice paper notebook. We scroll down. There's the interior. No words, no anything like that. Very simple. I'm going to show you guys how to get these templates for the interior. So all you have to focus on is figuring out what to create and then actually putting two pieces together. So again, back to the book bulk cloud. Now, I just came across something that I should mention right here. This is a sketchbook. Okay. This has a baby Yoda on it. Can you put things on your cover, intellectual property that you do not own? No, do not do this. So you have to ask yourself, if I create a sketchbook, for example, is it going to sell because of what you put on the cover? And if it does, what you put on the cover can't be intellectual property that someone else owns. So that means you can't put TV show names there. You can't put characters like Star Wars or The Mandalorian. So just if you are going to create these type of books, make sure you're staying away from things like this. Okay, so we're still going down. Here's a mileage log for taxes. All right, look at this. You would think that that is really not that great of a subject. 127 reviews. It's selling almost 200 a month. All right, that is insane. Sketchbooks with Chinese writing practice. Here's a sketchbook, cattle breeding and calving record book. Now that's interesting. So let's take a look at this. That is the cover for this book. It just says cattle breeding and calving record book. Scroll down, they have a copyright page. And let's see, the logbook is divided into 5 sections. So they put different interiors together. They have an inventory, breeding and calving log, individual cow records. And that's what the interior looks like right there. Very, very simple. So now I'm thinking, I found this book. Okay, so let's dive into this niche because this is an interesting one. This is a breeding and calving record book, but it's selling. It's got a cow on the front. It's selling for $6.99, so they're making a few dollars per sale. It's 27 reviews. It's been up a little over a year. Scroll down to the product details. Okay, independently published. So this is a KDP book. This is through Kindle Direct Publishing. 120 pages, and this is an 8x10 book, and the sales rank currently is 100,000. Now, if we come back into the cloud and we look at this, the sales rank over the last 30 days has been a little bit higher, but that's okay. What we're seeing here is that this book is an active seller. Now, real quick, let me go back. What I did is I clicked on this BSR and price history. This is going to show us over time, okay, over the past few months, what has this book done? So you'll have price up here in purple. You see they have not changed the price. The seller of this book hasn't changed the price at all. And here's the sales rank. Remember, lower sales rank, every time you see a dip, it's at least a sale, okay? But if it's hovering around this sales rank, they're selling consistently. So they're selling very well over a span of time. That tells me that people are actively buying in this niche. So now we want to ask ourselves, okay, let's actually take a look on Amazon. Let's get rid of this tab I have open and this one. We want to look at kind of just cow books in general, right? So let's go ahead and go back into BookBold, and at the very left menu down here in the very left corner, you're going to see something that says KDP Spy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. That's going to open up the Chrome Web Store. Grab this extension, okay? what this extension will allow you to do is research on Amazon. So I'm going to go over to Amazon. I'm just going to go to Amazon proper, and I'm going to type in cow notebook. Remember, we just looked at a calving book, but what we want to do is, hey, can we create a cow notebook that would stick out for people? You'll see 1,000 results at the top. So I like to look at the results. How many results are there? This is going to be important. Let's scroll down and we'll just see, okay, what do we have down here? We have a cow journal. Okay, this is a cow journal notebook. This right here for cow lovers. So we see, okay, there's a few things in here that are KDP books. This one, this one, this one. There won't be KDP books that have spiralized, what am I trying to say? They won't be spiralized on the left side, but you'll see that a lot of these are cow books. This one is a cow notebook. Okay, 7 reviews. This one, 7 reviews. So these things are selling. People actively want to buy them. Then we have to think to ourselves, okay, how are these selling? I don't know. Let's open up that extension that we just installed. So in the upper right-hand corner, you'll want to click on the extension and it will bring up this little box right here. It's going to say search and keywords, and you'll have start, reset, and save. I'm just going to start this, and what you'll see is that it's going to go through and read all of these products on the page. And I am just going to stop it right about here. Okay, so it's pulled back 79 products. This will go to 100. But what I'll do here is I'm automatically just going to click on either the price, the sales rank, or the estimated sales. I'm going to do estimated sales so we can look through here and start looking right here. These are bags and purses, right? We want to find a book. All right, that's not a KDP book. That's a recipe book. Not sure why Amazon is indexing that. Here's that cow book we just saw. Okay, it's selling a lot of designs. It's got a very good ratings, good sales rank, and here's the price. What else is out there? Okay, live your best life. That's pretty simple. That doesn't look like a book. So you're just going through here and you're saying, all right, can I find a KDP book that is selling well? Don't have a cow. This is a college ruled book. So we can click on that and open it. And this is what it looks like. Okay, no reviews at all. But we'll scroll down to the product details. And look, it does have a sales rank, so it has sold. So this stuff is not that complicated. If we look inside, very simple cover, lined pages. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's keep looking. Okay, composition notebook. Here's a journal with a cow on it. So what are you noticing here? You're going to see the sales and everything here. I'm noticing right off the bat that the books we're finding, like this one, for example, they're actively selling. They might not be selling too well, but with KDP, there's really no limit on how many that you can put live. Okay. I mean, look at that. That's literally just a picture. It's just one picture of a cow and it says notebook across the top. That's it, with lined pages. And this is selling. Someone is making money off of this right here. Okay. So I found a niche. Cows, just a very broad niche. And now we have to decide, can we niche this down at all? Right. So we look for cow notebook. But what I like to do is I like to go to bookbolt.io. Okay, go to resources, interior wizard, and we are going to click on this blue button that says interior wizard. Now, these are all the free interiors that you guys can use, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But this will also give us another niche that maybe we can combine with the cow niche. Okay, so for example, we could do a music sheet notebook for people who like cows, right? The interior of the book would just be a music sheet paper. In the front of the book, the cover could be cows, and you combine the two niches. You could take cows and you could put them together with a mood tracker, right? Maybe for a farmer mood tracker, something like that. So let's scroll down and look at this. We have room grid. All of these, you can use recipe book, okay? So maybe you could do a recipe book for people who like to eat beef. A beef recipe book. Let's check that out. Okay, so let's go over to Amazon. We'll get rid of this. Amazon proper. We'll just type in beef recipe book. If I could spell correctly, there we go. Hit search. 4,000 results. Okay, but we scroll down, we want to look at the results themselves. Does this say a beef recipe book? No. Does this say a beef recipe book? No. So you have to look at the actual results and say to yourself, okay, I'm not seeing anything really when it comes to beef. So why don't we type in another keyword and maybe like love cows recipe book? 130 results. Okay, now we're getting down there. We have recipe binder. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing a burger one. Okay, so we're looking at the results. We're seeing what is out there. Not really sure if we want to go into that niche. Doesn't really look like there's something that exists, but we're looking for something with really low results that actively sells. Okay, so let's go back to the interior generator and take a look at what else we have. We have a daily planner. We have, finals planning. I don't think people in college are really that into cows. Might be wrong. Okay, comic books, graph paper. We're looking at what we can combine into a niche. Okay, so for example, let's just try this. Go back to the very top. I see journal right here. So let's just go to Amazon and type in cow journal. 871 results. Now we could run KDP Spy again, which is what I'm going to do here. It's going to go through the results, kind of tell me what is going on with all this stuff. Okay, boom, 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 boom. It's looking at the page, and I can sort these by estimated revenue. And again, I'm looking for the low content books. So that's a recipe book. We want to find there's a cow book. Now it's not a KDP cow book, but it is selling. Okay. So we'll take a look at some of these. I'm having deja moo. All right. So that's not bad. Just a girl who loves horses and cows. This one's selling. Let's take a look at this. Farm Animal Lover Weekly and Daily Planner. Okay, so I like this. What are we doing? We're taking a look. This is a weekly planner for people who like cows. So let's run with that idea. Back to the interior generator. I'm just going to do a Control F and type in weekly planner because we have some of these in here. You'll see a lot of them. So if you want to download an interior, okay, so we're going to start putting together a book now because we just found this one right here. We said, look, this right here, it has a review. So we can click the review and read it. Now, some books are going to have reviews you can read, and I highly recommend when you're doing your research, look at that, look into it, and sometimes people will tell you what's wrong with that current book on Amazon. They might say, hey, I really wish it had this, or I really wish it looked like this. You can take that, put it into your own book, and all of a sudden you have a better product of what's already out there on Amazon. But we're going to try to make this as simple as possible so you guys can get up your first book today. We see it has one customer review here. Bestsellers rank almost 4 million. So it's not selling that well, but it is selling, okay? So we want to create a book that is selling better than this, clearly. But I want to take a look. So 106 pages. It's an 8x5x11. And it is a weekly or daily planner. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to go to the interior generator. This can be found under the resources tab on BookBolt. We see, yes, there is a weekly planner. So this is how it works. You'll click on what you want to download. So this one's selected. You'll see the blue bar here. So it's selected. And then you're just going to pick some options. So Bleed. I always select Bleed because it's going to upload properly on Amazon. And you'll have all of these sizes that you can upload. Okay, so you'll have 5x8, 6x9. This is really up to personal preference. When we were looking at the one on Amazon, I think it was 8x5x11. Not that one. Let me close that. Not that one. This one. Okay, so let's scroll down, take a look. This is 8x5x11. Now, I could do that. I could do an 8x5x11 right here. But I like to do smaller notebooks. I feel like they sell better. Again, this is personal preference here. So really kind of look at what else is selling. But I'm going to do a 6x9. Okay, very standard book size. And for the page count, you enter anything you want. I'm going to do just a standard 100 pages. Okay, so we have it selected. We select 6x9, 100 pages, Bleed, click download. And what this will do is it will generate that interior for us. Boom. There's 100 pages of this, and what you do is you download this to your computer and save it. It saves as a PDF, and this is ready to upload to Amazon. Okay, now we have one piece of the puzzle. Remember, there's two pieces. You need a cover and you need an interior. So we have the weekly planner, and we're going to be creating an interior for people who like cows. Okay, so we'll just take a look at what they've done. It says, just a girl who loves horses and cows. Maybe we do something that says, just a farmer who loves his cows or her cows. All right, so let's go over into BookBolt again. And what we want to do is we want to actually create this product. So in order to do that, you can either go to the left-hand side and click Create, and you'll see the BookBolt Designer, or it can be up in the upper right-hand menu. So go ahead and click on that. I've already opened up the designer right here. Now, when you first land in the designer, it's going to ask you to log in, and you'll see this. This will pop up on your screen before you see the actual cover. It's going to allow you to create a cover or an interior. Okay, we already got the interior. We already downloaded that. We're good to go. We want to create a cover for our book. Next is the trim size. Okay, your trim size needs to match up with the interior that you just downloaded. So what do we just download? Do we download a 8.27? No, we download a 6x9. So this needs to match, so we'll select that. And we need to select a paper color. Okay, so there's color, there's white, and there's cream. I always select white and cream because if you do a color, paper color, you will end up paying a lot more. So I'll just select this to white. And again, page count. How many pages was our interior? 100 pages. Okay. If you put a different number here than what you downloaded for your interior, you're going to have problems because the bigger the book, the more pages or the less pages will affect how big the spine on the book is. Because remember, we're not doing ebooks here. You're selling physical book copies. Something's actually going to physically come in the mail. They'll be able to open up and write in. So cover 6x9, white 100 looks good. I will click submit, and this will do all the math in the background. Make sure it's creating the right size cover, the right size spine, so that when we do create it and download it, it will be good to go. So let's give it a second to generate right here, and then we will. There we go. Okay, so here is an example I did previously. I'm going to get rid of all of this. Boom, boom. All right. I'm going to make it white. So right here, just starting off in the product, you can change the product color. This is not going to download your cover with these in the background. This is just so you can get an idea of, hey, if I made the cover dark, what would it look like? Okay. So we're going to start off right here. And the first thing I want to do is decide, what should I put on the cover of this book? The cover is going to be on the right side, and the back cover is going to be on the left. Now, remember, Amazon's going to put down here in the corner, it's going to put the label on your book. So I really wouldn't focus on putting anything on the back cover. You can, but I don't really feel like that helps sell any more product. So I'm going to go to the images tab. You see, I have a few things uploaded here. If you have a PNG file, something like that, you can upload it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and find an image of a cow just so I can upload and show you how this works. So give me 1 second and I will bring something up. All right, so instead of actually pulling up one of these and showing you how to upload it, I'm going to show you a website I like to use. Let me drag it over here. It's called openclipart.org. Okay, so these are actually free for commercial use. If you scroll down to the bottom, the very bottom of this page, okay, you will see right here it says license. If you click on that, it's going to say, hey, what is Open Clip Art? It was founded forever ago. This can be used. These are vectors that can be used on your designs, okay? So right here, we're going to be looking for the licensing. Can I use clip arts for commercial use? It says we try to make it clear for you that you may use all clip art from Open Clip Art, even for unlimited commercial use. We believe that giving away our images is a great way to share with the world, so on and so forth. That means you may use the clip art commercially, for education, for churches, for school, for your job, or even to manufacture products globally. Perfect. Okay, openclipart.org. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to the home page here. I'm going to type in cow. All right, so we'll find a cute little cow. Let's see if we can find anyone decent. All right, this isn't bad. It looks kind of funny. Looking, see what else can we get. There's pages and pages of this stuff. All right, so this one looks good right here. So we'll click on it and we'll say, hey, you know, what should we download? Let's download a medium PNG. Boom, there we go. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. All right, so I've downloaded the image. Let's go back inside of the Book Bolt Designer, okay? So you want to go to your Images tab in the left-hand menu, and all you'll do is you'll drag the cow or the image or anything you have that's on your desktop, on your computer, drag it in there. It's going to upload it, okay? Boom, there we go. Clicking on it will add it to your cover here. And you know what? I'm looking at this. I'm like, I like this, but I don't really like this little grass there. Maybe I do. Nah, you know what? I think I'm going to get rid of that. So you'll come up here to crop, all right? And you can just do this. We'll figure it out. We'll say, you know what? It's a little too big. I don't know if I really want to crop that out. So I'm going to cancel that. And let's see here. We can place the image. We can remove a background. We can change this to any kind of filter we want. But I'm going to see if I can just do this organically. So what we'll do is I'm going to create just a very simple pattern. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here. So instead of cropping this out, which I originally thought I was going to do, I think I'm going to keep it there because it adds a little bit of flair to the book. And what I'm going to do is two things. One, I'm going to give this a background. So the easiest way to give a book a background is go to Shapes, and we're going to just pick a square. Actually, I'm going to pick this rectangle right here, drag it to the top, and you're just going to make it big, okay? So we're going to make this, boom, that's black, okay? Black background for now, but if we want to change the color, we'll just go up here. We'll change it to anything we want. I like to do kind of a lighter color like that, but also dark. It makes things pop out on the cover. Okay, so we have the background of our book created. And now I'm going to go to Layers tab, and you'll see here's that cow, right? If I turn that layer off, you'll see, yeah, there's the cow. You can drag these around. So I just want to drag it on top of the color of the book. I'm going to select that layer, okay? So I've selected the layer, and I'm just going to create a very simple pattern. So in order to do that, we've already built this into the designer. I could create this as big as I want. Okay, there's a little cow, looks pretty cute. Up in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to click Patterns, and we have grid repeat, vertical bricks, horizontal bricks, and you can clear out the current. So I'm just going to click on that one and go, you know what? That looks pretty decent. Now, see on the outside here, it looks a little pinkish, if you will. These are the edges where you don't want to have any text, because if you have text in those edges, they could be cut off when it is printed as a physical book. So look, this is very, very simple. We have pretty much the entire background of the book. And now all we need to do is I'm going to go to Shapes. I'm going to do this. Okay. This is where I'm going to put my text. Okay. Now I'm going to change the color of this square, and I'm going to make it, I don't know, what color should I make? Maybe a little darker so it sticks out. Okay, there we go. Done. Now, all I need to do is add some text. So we'll add some text. You can come down here, load 1,000 more fonts. You'll see there, these are all Google fonts. So these are free for commercial use. You can use these on your books, no problem. You're just coming down here and you're deciding, hey, you know, what font do I like? You know, maybe you like this one. You can just click the plus and it'll be added over here. So I'm going to use this one. Okay. You can this whole tool is based on dragging and dropping, because I, for one, am not a designer. Chances are you probably are not as well. So you can come in here. Okay. And let's just, what were we going to put on this book? Just a farmer who loves, maybe I want that like that, just a farmer who loves his cows. And I put cows in all caps. Okay, so we can blow this up. Okay, now that looks pretty not great right now, right? We need to make sure the text actually pops out. So we'll go over here to fill options. And we'll say, you know what? I want that to be white. Or I want that to be red. Anything that I just selected orange, for example. But I'm going to go back in here. So let me bring this so you can see it. This will bring up a color picker where you can change whatever you want. So I don't know, what would a farmer like? We already have a lot of black and white. Maybe a green, maybe a darker green. I don't know. I mean, we could just go with keep it green. Maybe something like that, right? Pretty simple. So, you know what? I'm not going to add a stroke. I'm just going to keep it just like that, okay? So, just a farmer who loves his cows. We also need to decide this is going to be, what interior do we download? It's a weekly planner, okay? So, just a farmer who loves his cows. I'm going to change this up a little bit. Just a farmer who loves his cows. And then we need to put weekly planner. So let's go ahead and do that. Now notice when I selected this layer, you'll see that little line popping up. If you go to the upper right-hand menu with nothing selected, you'll see auto snap. You just want to make sure to turn that on. So I'm going to make this, boom, weekly planner. Move that up. Okay, weekly planner. We'll select this. We'll change the color of this to, I'm not liking that. You just keep it as white, okay? So there we go. Just a farmer who loves his cows, weekly planner. So all we did was we just took a piece of clip art here, okay, free for commercial use. We uploaded it into the images. What we did is we created a pattern for this. And now when you want to download it, as a 6x9, which is what we selected, just click download up in here in the upper left-hand corner. It's going to prepare it. And then in a minute here, you'll see exactly what it will look like. It'll say your design is ready. So click on download. It will open it up. And right here, this is what we want to download. Okay, so what do I notice right off the bat? I noticed this little line means I didn't put the background big enough. Okay, so I'm going to go right back in and we'll just fix this up real quick. Okay, so we'll select the background. So we can go into layers and we can find, all right, here's the background that we made. Okay, we'll click this. That is the wrong background. Here it is at the very bottom. And we will just move this up a little. Okay. And then we'll move this down a little. Boom. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to go back up to the top, click on download. It's going to go through the same process, but I'm just fixing that real quick mistake that I noticed. It's preparing. Okay, your design is ready. And there you go. Notice how there's not that line at the top, no line at the bottom. On the right-hand side, it's going to be the cover. There'll be the spine right here, and then the back will be just like that. So what we'll do is we'll go to the upper right-hand corner. I know you guys can't see this, but click on download, and then it will download to your computer. So you'll have two pieces here, okay? So let me download this, and I will show you. All right, so I've gone ahead and opened it. Here is the PDF. I just opened a PDF. This is all you need to upload to Kindle Direct Publishing. And then you'll have over here the weekly planner that you downloaded, again, as a PDF. You'll be able to take that information, go over to KDP, and upload this to get your first book ready. Now, let's go back into Bookbowl real quick. Now, I realized I didn't show off a ton of tools because we do not have unlimited time, but I wanted to show you guys, one, how I did that research, okay? So what I did is I went to the cloud. I looked through here. I just found things that were interesting. All right, I think we landed upon a cow book way down here, and I thought to myself, weird, I wonder if people buy cow notebooks, cow weekly planners. Let's see if I can find it again. It was down here. somewhere. Notice how he scrolled a long ways. Most people aren't going to do that. So make sure you go through all of this, find something that sticks out to you. So I found a cattle breeding and calving record book. So I thought, wow, that's weird. It's selling really well. It's doing well over the last 30 days, selling about 200 copies a month. I wonder if other type of products sell. So we went to the interior generator. Okay, we saw there's a ton of different niches here. We looked for a few of those on Amazon. Okay, here's a notebook that's selling well. We found this. This is selling. We saw that it was a daily and weekly planner. Okay, so we thought to ourselves, wait a minute, I bet I could create one of those. Okay, the cow books that we looked at on Amazon are actively selling. So we thought to ourselves, okay, this should be fairly easy. We can take a weekly planner from inside of the BookBolt interior generator. And then we went into the designer, okay? And we created a very simple design, but it pops, okay? I'm not claiming this is the best design in the world. I created it in a few minutes, but it's going to get people's attention if they come across it inside of Amazon or on Amazon, depending on how they're searching, mobile, anything like that. You can upload these two pieces. That's the entire purpose of low content books, is you can upload the cover and you can upload the interior. And I know that I did not go over, keywords and everything like that, because last time we were going over that, I ran a little over my time. But if you guys come in here and you want to see all of that happening, maybe at a little slower pace, if you click on the webinar button at the very top, you'll see some webinars in here that I've done in the past. These are long. These are like 2 hours long, but they're going to go over every piece of the puzzle. So make sure to come in here, register in case we do any more, but watch through these because these are going to be a lot slower. They're going to go into great detail on, okay, now that you have those two pieces, how do we combine them with keywords to make sure that these products are actually findable? We're going to go over the research process, everything like that. And this is really going to get you guys up and going. But if you paid attention today and you just go through those same steps, you should have your first physical book, low content book that you can put on Amazon that will get delivered to a customer in a physical form that they can write in and touch in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, this is a very simple process. We've provided all the tools for you. So make sure to go sign up for the 3-day free trial. Use the coupon, okay? And that'll get you 20% off. And go through all this because we really want to help you guys get up and running with a new stream of income, okay? So these aren't ebooks. These are physical books, and the process is very easy. And then once you've learned, okay, I can upload this stuff, it's really not that hard. We want you to do that first so you learn the process and how it works. But after that, really dive into this is how to optimize products. This is how to get them in front of customers, keyword research, listing, all of that stuff. But just wanted to go through that with everyone today. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure to go through all of the video content. It should answer everything you want to know. If it doesn't, just go to bookbolt.io/blog, and that should fill out the rest or any questions that you have. So thank you so much, and hope to see you inside for our next webinar. Thanks.
Okay. Here you go. Hi. Hi, well, hi, stranger.
Hello, welcome everyone. Sorry I missed the start of that school holidays here, so I had to drop one son in a mountain bike cab, half an hour in one direction at the same time as dropping my daughter for a day of kayaking in a different direction. So on the school holiday circuit of childcare to try and get some work time, but that was great. I think this whole low content thing is so nice and fast, and great to see that lots of you took action after the first intro to this strategy and you're up and away. Have any of you who've made a start doing these projects got anything to share, or any tips or anything that you've figured out that might be useful to the others? I haven't done one of these yet, I have to say. You're ahead of me on this one. Has it been as quick and easy as you expected? Brill. Like hearing this. Is there any excuse for any of us to not be doing one of these, all 5 or 10? Not really. No excuse. Have you all got the coupon code working?
I'm just posting again.
Brill.
Here it Cool.
Right, Virginie, project for you and I today. We need to do a couple of these.
I know. You guys are doing so well. I can see some of you have done 1, some have done 5. This is amazing.
6.
This is amazing.
Top of the class, all of you. Amazing. Yeah, we'll get him back for some pay-per-click training.
So I think I got some, so I'm preparing a FAQ document just with, you know, all the frequently asked questions I get from you guys. And one of the question was, how do I even make money? Because it's so low content, and surely no one is really wanting those. I actually think there are so many people. You've seen on the results, the BSR is really, really low. There's so many people buying those notebooks, and you do have to spend a bit of money on PPC in order to get traction and to get visibility. But just remember that the production cost, it's so low. And once it's up there, there's nothing, there's no inventory to manage. There's no, you know, suppliers to deal with. It's print on demand. As soon as you get visibility and people want your notebook, that's it. Amazon will do the printing for you. You have nothing to worry about, and you just take the royalty out of that. So I would do as many as possible. We'll organize someone to do the PPC on low content. And also the other, sorry, I was just thinking about something and then I forgot. I got distracted. Oh, you'll come back to me. You'll come back to me. Yeah, I did mention last week about color printing. As a general comment, don't do color on KDP because they don't have the ability to separate, say, just print a few pages in color and the rest in black and white. If you want something in color, they will ask you to print everything, choose everything in the color printing setting. So don't do color printing. There are some other options, but I've read some other options, but I just haven't tried them yet. We haven't tested them yet. So yeah, just try to avoid color printing. Cover is not counted towards the color printing. Cover is always in color, unless your cover is in black and white, in which case that's just how it is. But otherwise, color is always in color. And the other question I get is how, I think that's because you're coming from the Amazon private label product side of things. So you're thinking about uploading your 7 images or 5 images or whatever number of images. The only images you can upload is your book front cover and the back. And there's a look inside function, which Amazon will do for you. You can see some of your competitors might be having more than those 2 pages, 2 images. That's because probably they are not doing KDP. They might be uploading their products via another publisher like Ingram Spark or Lulu, and that's where they have the possibility to add more pictures. So when you just start, don't make your life hard. I like to be lazy, so let's all be a bit lazy and work smart, and don't overthink this. It's not nowhere near as hard as the product side of things. Yeah. Okay, so that was my. I just remembered those questions. And if you have any questions, always feel free to send me an email. So it's kpi@blueskyamazon.com. Here we go. Christine, I'm not sure. And that's the other thing. If for some reason, you know, you don't get an answer from me, or, you know, I don't know the answer, feel free to contact the support with KDP. So KDP, that's with Amazon, not with us. Their help desk is really, really good. So you just need to log in and click on the help button, and then it will take you to a contact us button, and then you type in the topic that you want to, the question you want to ask, and you can contact them either via email or on the phone if it's during office hours. So don't hesitate to pass them. I love passing them. You know, Amazon is just like, you're giving me a lot of, you know, grief sometimes. So I also like to give you back a little bit. So I like to contact them for everything. So yeah, just make sure that you contact them.
Yeah, that question, Christine, about different images on the back cover, yes, you can. It's one PDF document that wraps around, so you've got the spine and the front and the back, so you can have as many images wherever you want. Often the author will have a photograph or something on the back. I don't bother with that.
Okay, and again, just to clarify, KPI is the name of this course. And if you want to reach us, you send an email to kpi@bluesky.com. KDP is the platform with Amazon. And if you want to contact them, you need to log in into your KDP account. I know there's a bit of confusion around that. Yes, yeah, their support system is really, really good. Okay.
I'm going to get my own low content book for all my passwords. It's going to be so secure. I'm going to get, honestly, I need a printout of all my passwords.
It's not secure at all.
I know. LastPass drives me potty though.
Oh.
I think I'm quite safe in Wanaka. I think, do you know, I shouldn't say this, but I've never actually locked my house. My house hasn't got any keys.
Yeah, that's living in New Zealand.
Yeah. I don't lock my car, leave my keys in my ignition, but yeah, I need a notebook for passwords. I've been thinking since we've started this training, you know, where do we, you know, which notebooks and things would I use? Like I've just bought a new horse, and so I'm going to have like a training program and all the events coming up with him. And, you know, I could do with a little notebook, you know, record of when he was his vaccinations were done, when his wormers were done, when the farrier is booked for new shoes, all those things. When horse trailers need a, you know, trip to the mechanics for a service, whatever. That's a great topic, very niche. Yeah, I could do one on that, couldn't I? Yeah. Training program out, what exercises, lessons booked, competitions booked. Yeah, changing feed throughout the seasons, different supplements, you know, keeping a record, you try all these different supplements and see what makes a difference, but having a written record of that. Yep. I was inspired because I'm just scribbling it all in a plain notebook at the moment, but yeah. Cool. Okay. Ooh, what else have we got? I think next week, what have we got coming up over the next few weeks? I'm going to do a recording of the session on a new strategy called, well, it's not a new strategy, but the public domain publishing, where you get books that are 100 years old. I mean, I've got some of these that do 5K a month in sales, individual books, 5K a month in royalties, actually. So these are getting old books, giving them a refurb, you know, a new front cover, a nice intro chapter, or some illustrations added, or merging a couple of books in a series to make one new title. And yeah, I've done quite a few of those. How many did we do? Like, that was the first thing I did actually after my own books. Rather than ghostwriting nonfiction, I did a bunch of public domain ones. So I've probably got quite a stack of them. We hired someone full time and we just smashed them out for a few months. So you need a lot of formatting, but you don't need a writer. So I'll do a session on that for you in the next few weeks. What else have we got coming up, Virginia? We've got CJ coming in to do a guest session soon. I recorded some audiobook training yesterday, so we'll put that out next week maybe. Yep. Marketing funnels. Oh yeah, that's we've outsourced that one to someone who does far more marketing funnels than I do. In fact, a very smart lady who used to be my coach, and she's in Australia, and she is a really, really good instructor. So she's busy. She's asking me very difficult questions. Oh my goodness, I've explained what we want, and she sent all these Skype things last night. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to sit down for an hour to answer those. So we'll have some really good modules on Facebook ads, sales funnels, email marketing, copywriting, you know, all the beyond Amazon marketing things you can do It is all optional. You know, the main game's on Amazon, but if you want to get more traffic to your Amazon listing and you want to do more, then it won't suit everyone. It's not necessary for anyone, but if you want to, we'll teach you how to do all of that too, which will be fun. Good life skills, that stuff too. I mean, it'll help you for physical products. It's just really good to know that how that stuff works. Great life skill. You're very employable if you can do Facebook ads and funnels anywhere to anyone. Though actually Facebook's changing. There's something going on. It was like the IRS,
Yes. So,
Facebook,
yeah.
you know, there's a big spat going on of the big boys.
I'm dealing with it right now. I'm dealing with it right now, and it's a pain. It's because you can no longer track, so you don't get the information from, you know, iOS users, and it's then you have to add additional tools in order to track those sales. I'm in a world of pain right now.
It's really hard.
But yeah, that's what you have to do. You know, you're going to be facing challenges all the time. Things are moving really fast, and you just have to adapt and learn. And if you don't, then you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to put you on the spot, Virginia, because I can't remember the lady's name. Who did the good Pinterest training course that we've got?
Jenna Kutcher?
Yeah, I remembered Kutcher. So we could teach you Pinterest ads, but Jenna Kutcher, oops, I've just done that just to the panelists, hang on. Panelists and attendees. Jenna Kutcher. It wasn't a terribly expensive course. I started it for a products business that then stopped because my factory stopped during COVID and they haven't really started again. Pinterest ads won't suit every book topic, but they could be great for some categories. Much cheaper. And it's just, you know, those big companies like the Facebooks and the privacy issues. I mean, there's just some big battles going on there. It's really just painful. And it might all change, you know, so it's just good to pick up skills that you can deploy quickly, that aren't too tricky to learn, that have got cheap traffic and that can be really targeted. And I think Pinterest is good. Yeah, Jenna Kutcher, she was hanging out with Tony Robbins and co about this time last year doing big launches for his big thing. She's quite sort of glossy is the main word I have to describe her. She probably brushes her hair a lot more than me. Very polished, very good presenter, probably doesn't turn up in a hoodie to talk to her people. But anyway, she does some good training and she certainly knows her stuff on Pinterest ads. So there we go. What else? Nothing wrong with hoodies. I always giggle when all these internet marketers do all their, you know, all their promotional stuff and they're all in their suits in a boardroom. It's like, nobody wants a business to work from home to sit in a boardroom in a suit. That's the whole point, that you don't have to wear a suit and sit in a boardroom all day. And the other one is the rented Lamborghinis and the rented private jets. I mean, it's just so ghastly, so ghastly. So anyway, Jenna is definitely more at the glossy end of town, but she does teach very well. No, I don't have PJs on the bottom. I've got shorts on, which is optimistic because there's snow on the hills.
All those weekly calls are recorded and they are in your KPI course in the training area. If you go under the tab KPI weekly calls, you should find them there.
Brill. Any other requests for topics? This is a dangerous thing to put out there. Any other requests for things you want to know about in the world of Kindle? Pay-per-click, brilliant. You may regret asking for that. It's not very fun. We may regret having now to commit to more PPC training. Okay, audiobooks. I've done a training module. I recorded it this week, sent it to Virginia. We'll do that one next week, shall we, Virginia?
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm driving to Christchurch to pick up my horse either Thursday or Friday. It depends what day he gets on the Cook Strait ferry. He's coming down from the North Island. Oh. He's called Chief, which is not the best name. He's a New Zealand sport horse. So he's, Leah, I thought you'd never ask about what kind of horse. So let me tell you about my horse. He's called Chief. He's a skewbald. He's 15.3 and 8 years old. and he is going to go eventing and hunting. And he was only gelded last year, so he's had one season out competing. And before that, he was a stallion up near Gisborne. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun project. I wonder if I've got a photo I can share. Stop, says Virginia, stop.
Off track. Yes, so I'm going to keep thinking on theme. So yes, I'm going to contact. We're going to contact someone for PPC. If Neil is not available, we're going to find someone else. Yes, apparently everyone wants to see Chief. So if you want to share your picture,
Right, Chief's coming out.
No, Gerard, you don't need a picture to identify the author of a book in Kindle. So Gerard, you can go to a website called This Person Does Not Exist, and there's a lot of computer generated pictures of people, and you can just take one of those and put in there for your different authors' names, but it's not compulsory. You don't necessarily have to have one. We can't do KDP does not do fake leather cover. If you want to look into that, you'll have to go look into a different company, maybe later down the track.
While you read those questions, Virginia, here we go. I've just got a screen share on. This is Chief.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. That's my new horse. It's pretty cool. It's just a baby. So there we go. That's my rest of my summer holiday project. Should be fun. So that's that. No, I haven't even seen him yet. I bought him off the internet. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Can you use?
Okay, so
yeah, I'm staying focused here because one of us has to. Can you just use?
I'm going to get kicked off the call in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Serious.
Lots of questions. That thing about separate KDP seller accounts from your Seller Central and your KDP seller account. I use the same email and the same login. They're different pages that you go in to log in, but I do use the same email address. I quite like everything coming into one place.
Yeah, I do the same.
Time limit on the discount. I think that's just
no,
the green offer.
I don't think there is one. Yes. Yes, Lorna, I think I suspect sometimes Sophie just like to do this to mess up with me, you know, because so it's like, let's come back on the topic. Yes, let me just go back. So you have
a module for working with writers. We could definitely do that. I think maybe CJ could do a nice guest session on that. We're going to try and have a guest speaker of the month every month because this is growing so fast. You know, there's people out there with podcasts. Like, we should give you a little list of all the podcasts that are worth listening to. There's lots. There's a guy called Mark Dawson who's very prolific and good. What's the other guy? Brian Cohen. Nice guy. Couldn't do his podcast every week. I'd read a transcript really fast, but there's a lot of hours of talking. Who else has got a good ebook one that we've come across? I don't know, but what we can do is we can keep an eye on them all. If they get a great guest speaker, we could probably get the same guest speaker coming in just to talk just to us. Mm-hmm. It's kind of our job to scan what's working and feed it through to you, so don't get too thinly spread trying to track everything. There's a couple more. Let me have a little dig through. Paul Miles, Caroline, I haven't heard of him. There's a company called K-Lytics we might try and get in. They do kind of analytics of the entire ebook industry, like they track what trends and what topics and things. We probably should do a session about virtual assistants in your team, like more so than for products. You actually need to outsource pretty much everything in these businesses. And it's easier in some ways because the decisions aren't quite as binding. You know, you choose a topic or you choose a writer, you're going to get something publishable. Whereas choosing a product for Amazon and choosing a factory and setting up shipping, there's more expense and more that can go wrong there. But here we'll have some experts, like you're not ever going to be an author, like a quality writer and a quality designer and a smart pay-per-click analyst. So you'll have some freelancers, but I do think we all need like the glue that holds all the freelancers together, you know, checking weekly timesheets, uploading files, downloading reports, proofreading stuff, running a little kind of operating system to keep everything on track and trackable. Now, yesterday, Virginie, myself, and another lady who works for me kind of as my EA, we went through all my screens of my ACX projects on the go and ACX Audible books sales. And there's a lag on those. We went through all the KDP sales and revenue. I had to sort of look at my bank statements to see when the payments came in from audio book sales and Kindle sales in all the different countries. I mean, there's a lot of little transactions. It's very hard to track. I actually can't track mine very well. So to solve my own problem, I will also solve a problem you don't have yet. And we'll figure out some kind of best practice for like the key metrics to track each month to know that your business is on track. But you kind of would have an expense this month producing a book, and then it goes for sale a month or so later, and then you get paid 2 months later by Amazon. So tracking your expenses out and income in, which books are performing well, where the profit is. Whew, there's nothing else out there to automate it. So let us do a bit of work on that, on kind of the dashboard for best practice tracking of your ebook business. Yeah, it's pretty hard once you've got hundreds of books, but in the early days you'll be fine. But as it grows, you'll need something, and you'll need a VA as it grows. So let's do a session on VAs. I'll just put a note of this in the chat box. We've got it. So VAs, working with writers, doing outlines and briefs. We could use that last one I did for the creativity one, couldn't we, Virginie? Yeah. Or we'll do one on public domain publishing.
Yeah, PPC, of course. So I don't think you guys, if you've seen the document called resources, what is it? Resources directory under the resource tab. Make sure that you go in there because there's a lot of links. You know, you have questions around the ebook cover format, paperback cover format, the formatting for the content, for the manuscript, all those different sizes. All those links will take you to those specific topic. Just have a look in there because I think that will answer a lot of your questions. And also resources. There's references to website where you can find free pitches. Keep going back to that guide. And Stella, if you're still on this call, make sure that you check your spam folder because I've replied to both of your email and I don't think you've seen them. Cool.
Yeah, I think my advice is do one thing and finish that thing. Like, don't start low content and public domain and a non-fiction and a fiction. Just do one, really nail it. Do it 4 or 5 times. Really like figure it out and then finish it and then learn the next thing. That A2X software, that's actually a New Zealand guy. He's a guy called Paul Gray up in Auckland. He's pretty smart, but he hasn't done anything with the ebooks yet. He only does Seller Central physical products. Yeah, I might have a chat to him. He's kind of a PR guy. He He started an agency helping Amazon sellers, but I actually set up in competition with them, but I don't do that kind of work anymore. So he's probably my friend again. I'll have a chat to him. Sell global model and here competing, but I think he probably makes more money from the software actually. Okay.
So you should all receive a email reminder like for Product Uni a few days before this call. If you don't, send an email to kpi@blueskyamazon.com. The resources directory is in your KTP course under the tab resources, and you can find that in there. All the calls are recorded, and you can find in your KPI course under the tab KPI weekly calls. Yes, and then you should receive a reminder a few days before and 1 hour before this call. Yes, okay, all right.
And it'll always be our 9 o'clock New Zealand time.
New Zealand
when
time.
the clocks change, it'll always be chaos. Sorry, Sam.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, until we change to daylight saving time, when it's just going to be a massive mess because we all change that at a different time. So New Zealand will start first, and then it's Australia, and then you guys will finish daylight. No, you will finish daylight saving. Oh, start. I can't even keep up.
Chaos.
Just
all
check,
different. US, UK. Australia's even got 2 different time. I mean, it's just awful, awful.
Check with a time converter if just to make sure. Every twice a year. I just lose a few more hair because driving. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, happy publishing. What else? I think that's it. We might do a couple of pre-recorded ones, like the sorts of demos where we're logging in and out of lots of stuff, like the audiobook one. It was easier for me just to be logged in and go through all my different tabs and record it rather than try and do that one live. So there might be a couple of pre-recorded ones, but we'll always try and leave a bit of time for Q&A on the calls as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm here next Thursday though.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do one next week.
And if I can, I'll try to be on just to keep you on track.
Yes. Thank you. We need a supervisor.
A chaperone.
Someone's got to be in charge around here. Excellent. All right. Well, go and publish some low content books. See you all in a week. And you could all have some books out by this time next week if you decide you want to do that. And I think you should decide to do that. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Bye.
Yeah.